think I said it pre-game that if you're not set up correctly, they're going to punish you. And but we were organised. Guys played well, and a couple special moments in the game with Momo's free kick and then Fabian's strike into the top corner.
Well, and then you got Jack Thomas, too. He switched foots midway through it. He went left foot, right foot, and then was able to score it. 3-0 the final score, and over 5,000 fans in attendance on a night where we were competing against a national championship in history with Texas Tech. Talk about that crowd once again.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't expect it to be that packed because of, midweek game competing with Tech softball. So, the fans showed out, and I think the players rewarded that support.
Absolutely. Hey, we're live here on YouTube. Make sure you leave a comment. We got some comments, and I know Alex is aware of them. So we're hopefully we have some audio. Shout out to Caleb and Leighton Thomas. I think is that Jack Thomas's family? You think?
I believe it's his father.
His father. I've seen his name pop up a few times in the chats this season. And then of course you went on the road for round 1 of El Dustico. We're going to keep it short. 2-1 the final score, though. Just put a bow on that game for us, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, obviously disappointing. We created a lot of chances. I think we had like 20-something shots. We weren't clinical enough. We gave them a gift as well for the first goal. I think they maybe had 4 or 5 shots all game. But that's what happens if you're not clinical. When you go up against the good teams that have good players, they have some very talented players on their squad, and that Di Miguel guy, he was someone I identified before the game. Obviously, he was dangerous, got both goals. Antoine Marquez, I'll shout him out because he was there last year with me as well, and he's a top player. Their other number 9 as well was very good. So, yeah, you're not clinical in those sort of games. You're going to get punished, and that's what happened.
What I've noticed over the course of these first matches this season, I think we're technically at the halfway point now, or a little bit over it, Coach, is that you guys, find another gear in that second half. What do you attribute that to?
Again, it was with this league, obviously you're bringing guys together, and I always say it's a teething process. Guys are getting more familiar with playing with each other, where to make the runs, the timing of runs, each other's play styles, and then obviously what the coaching staff want them to do. So, as the games go on, you see it start to click a little bit more going forward. I think you're actually seeing it in the games. Obviously against West Texas, we weren't as clinical as we'd like to be, but we were still creating a lot of chances against a very good team. So, that's getting better week after week, and as those games go on, it's only going to get better.
So there was no announcing in the game against West Texas. It was pure Nat sound, and I texted John. I said, John, they needed us there. They needed the West Texas broadcast needed us there. They used to have a guy that was friends with John,
Brandon Luisi.
Yeah,
I'll shout him out as well. I don't know if he's watching, but he's a good dude, Brandon.
He would text us some stats. Like, we were very friendly between the two broadcast crews, and then just to turn it on, I was expecting him, and then it was just nothing.
Yeah,
it was flat.
Yeah.
It was flat. 2-1 the final score, Coach. 87th minute probably. I'm jumping up and down in my living room thinking we just tied it up at 2-2. What happened there?
The goal was disallowed. I don't like speaking on refs. At the end of the day, we should have scored our other opportunities. But, I mean, it was given as a foul. Questionable. But at the end of the day, ref made a decision. That's it. We should have scored other opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Well, and this is a fan perspective. I felt like there was a lot of time wasting happening, but that's me. That's not from Coach. That's from me.
I mean, smart soccer. It is what
it is. It's playing the game within the game.
I mean, I say it: when you win, you don't get too high. When you lose, you don't get too low. We lost. We've watched the game back multiple times. There's things to take from it, positive and negative. And I move on to Brownsville.
Well, Brownsville is coming on June 14th. You want your face in the place, of course. Matador season tickets still on sale. Make sure you get your tickets.
Yep.
Your second rodeo now with Brownsville.
Yep.
You went and took them on there. Now they're coming here. What do you expect on Saturday?
I mean, it's another tough team. They've been getting results against other tough teams in the conference. They're going to come into, they're an in-your-face team. They want to take it to you. So it's going to be a tough one, but I'm hoping for a positive reaction from our boys. Yeah,
and we want maybe to set another record crowd-wise too, right? Because man, that'd be so awesome for another Saturday night here on the South Plains. What else you got going on, right? Other than me, I need a new roof, which is going to be a perfect transition for our roofing ad in just a few seconds. But you're right, you want to be there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like you said, first Saturday game. It's a huge one. Brownsville are a top team year after year. So expect fireworks for that one.
Yeah, they've been one of our rivals here. They they've been coming at us for the last few years.
Two very, very attack-minded teams. So,
Ooh, that's
yeah.
exciting. It should be a fun brand of football to watch on Saturday.
Yep.
Hey, Lubbock residents need roofing solutions you could rely on. Look no further than our trusted local roofing company, Andrus Brothers. They offer top-notch roof repairs, replacement, and installations. With their experienced team and superior craftsmanship, they got you covered. Don't wait. Call us today, 806-798-7663 for a free estimate. They were the ones that actually I called whenever the hailstorm hit the other day because they nail it every time. Actually, I have a sign for them out in my front yard. Because of these Matador reeds, Andrus Brothers was the company that I called. They'll take care of you. Speaking of that rainstorm, we kind of talked a little bit off camera, but let's let the fans know. Your guys had to experience that firsthand. Y'all are at the one off of like, what is that, 4th and Frankfurt, and that was right in the path of that tornado.
Yeah, no, we all had to hunker down together. So
yeah,
that's the first time any of them have experienced something like that.
Yeah.
We have our players and coaches group chat, and obviously I asked if Momo was safe.
Well, is Momo safe?
Momo was safe. We got a selfie taken in the cupboard. So
the cupboard.
The boys were
like that.
Yeah, the boys were they were love heart in that picture. We needed to make sure he was safe, and he was.
Oh, good.
So,
good.
But yeah, I've lived in Florida, so I've lived through hurricanes and tornado. What's a tornado? You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that thing. Well, the pictures that I saw,
Dude, that was
Lubbock got lucky, man. We got lucky.
The pictures were crazy. We were watching the live stream of the storm chasers. By the way, those guys are.
Dude,
they're built different.
Dude, I used to do that when I was at Channel 11.
Yeah.
I would go storm chasing, man. And the first time I saw a tornado, I'm going to stand up for you, Coach. I was doing this.
That's how you were chasing the storm?
My chili was hot, Coach.
Oh,
I was freaking out, man.
Okay.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But finish your thought. You were watching the storm chaser?
Yeah. It was just crazy, like seeing the weather and all the hail. It was like golf ball size hail, tennis ball size hail.
Yeah. Taking windows out. Took mine out.
Yeah, so
I was at the game on Saturday, man.
Interesting experience. Yeah, we're lucky it didn't happen game day.
Right, that'd have been horrible, man. Yeah, all the cars out there at Lowry Field, that'd been horrible. Okay, and then all the windows got taken out, but you guys were safe, and that was important. And did any of the guys freak out during any of it, or were they just all?
I think a few of them were.
Oh, I would have been freaking out.
Yeah, a little shaken up, but because obviously it's their first time experiencing it.
Having to get in their safe space.
Yeah, so, and obviously you hear the emergency sirens and.
Dude, I was at soccer practice during the emergency sirens going off. My little 3-year-old is on a team, and the siren's going off. He was screaming his head off, man. I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. Let's go get in the car. Let's go.
Well, it got to a point where, because we were chilling in the coach's apartment, and we were on the 2nd floor, and we were like, nah, we'll be okay. And then Jake, Mr. Willits, my assistant, his girlfriend lives in Missouri, and they had the tornado not long ago there.
Yeah, they're used to it in there in Missouri.
Yeah, and he was like, well, people there were like, oh, no, we'll be fine. And then obviously their houses get ripped out of the ground. So as soon as he said that, we were like, maybe we should go to the bottom floor.
Right. I like to sit out. I'm that stereotypical guy that will go and stare at the clouds. And then like when I feel like it's bad, then I'll go inside.
Yeah.
I made it with like 30 seconds left before the hail hit, dude.
Yeah. Dude, the hail was bad, man. Real bad.
It was real bad. You brought up Jake and your assistant coaches and the coach's apartment. This is a well-operated machine, right? And this thing doesn't go without the help of your assistants. Can we talk about all 4 of your assistants?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Name drop them and what they do for this club because they're important.
No, absolutely. I mean, without them, this thing doesn't run. Got Roberto Hernandez, who coaches currently at Iowa Western, who are junior college national champions.
That's big time.
That is a conveyor belt of guys that go on to go pro.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when
a conveyor belt.
Yeah, and when they go to Division I, they go and play for the biggest D1s in the country, like Marshall, West Virginia, etc. So, he's a really talented coach. Jake, obviously, as well. Jake's someone that I've known for a long, long time. He's one of my closest friends. We played together in college, and really qualified guy. He's coached in England and is out here now. And then we've got Kata as well, our last assistant coach, who works mainly with our goalkeepers. Dude's just an absolute pro. Everything he does, he works so hard. His sessions are planned out, to the minute detail, and everything just leads in perfectly to what we're doing with the outfield players. So, and he goes back, he films all the practices, he analyzes, what actions the keepers could have done better, and I'm just really, really blessed to have such a good coaching staff. And most important thing as well, we all get on. We're all really close friends.
Oh, that's 100%, dude. Yeah.
Yesterday we went to the range together, and hit a few balls for a bit of coach bonding time, and yeah, they're
Well,
just.
the next time y'all do that, invite me and John, man.
Yeah,
We'll be
so-
out there. We'll be out there with you guys. That'd be fun.
I'll shout out one more as well
Let's
because
do it.
we've promoted him, Nate Doggy Dog.
I was gonna bring up Nate Doggy Dog. Tell
Nate
me.
Doggy Dog. He's now a member of the coaching staff fully.
That's awesome.
So.
He's one of the guys that's there's one of the guys that's from Friendship. Is that Nate?
Is Nate from Friendship? I'm not sure actually.
No. I remember seeing there's one of the Friendship assistant coaches that was out there on the sideline standing behind you.
No, that's Gabe Cardenas.
Okay.
Cardenas. Sorry,
Cardenas.
Gabe.
I'm sorry, Coach Cardenas. I should know that because
Yeah.
I called their games. I should know that.
So Gabe's assistant director of our youth academy.
That's awesome.
So he's been coming out. Obviously, we've been speaking about wanting to help the development of coaches out here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's coming out, taking notes of how we run our first team sessions, and
That's great.
that was part of the goal with the youth academy. Like I said, is to not just help develop the players, give a player pathway, but also give a coaching pathway. So himself and Isaac Perkins, who's going to be one of our youth academy coaches as well, they've been out bright and early with us and taking pointers, asking questions, and now they've hopefully learning some stuff from.
That's
us.
awesome, dude. Well, before we get an update on the youth academy, I want to go back to Nate Doggy Dog, Roof. How did he get promoted, man? What did he do to get promoted? And first of all, nickname Elite Nate Dog.
Nate Dog, he just dude is a workhorse. We spoke about it with everyone. Without him, we as a coach and staff fall apart because he takes on so much. Such a hard worker. And then obviously, if the coaching staff is set, good to go, then it's a great experience for the players. So
Yeah.
shout out Nate Doggy Dog.
Nate Doggy Dog. Update on the youth academy then, since we brought it up just moments ago. How's that going?
Yeah, good. So we're now going to be having, we've had the tryouts, now it's going to be open practices. So that information is going to be sent out shortly to the players and parents. Different coaches are going to have their, obviously, different times throughout the week that you can go. And, it's an open practice. Anyone can go, try out, experience it with the coach of your actual age group. And, we've been having good turnout for the tryouts, and let's hope that can continue with the open practices.
Let's circle back to some of the stuff that we do pregame. We have our pregame coaches press conference. He comes and hangs out with us for like 10 minutes. Our boy Sean in there loves to ask some high-level questions, doesn't he?
High level.
And I'm over here here asking about the game day fits, and Sean is in there asking like all the tough questions.
Yeah. You need a balance, though, of questions. You need some of those that really make you think, and then the ones that lighten.
Well, that's what John does. He's the X's and O's, and I'm the Jimmys and Joes.
Yeah.
I care about who's wearing the Dirk Nowitzki fit out there.
Stefan Rube.
Yeah, dude.
He's rocking that thing.
He won the. Hey, that might be something we could sell, guys. The fit of the match, pregame fit of the match.
Pre-game fit of the match.
We gave that to Stefan the other day because he was.
There's not many contenders. I'm not gonna lie.
There's only a handful.
Some of these boys dress sensors.
Yeah.
Questionable. I'm not one to talk, but.
Well, they need to go see Signature Stag, the one-stop man shop, right? They need to go see our friends over there.
Signature Stag, one-stop man shop.
Yeah, voted the best men's store in Lubbock. Go check them out. Of course, I had 9 Signature Stag corner kicks the last home game.
I just actually bought my brother one of the pullovers that we have.
They're
so
nice,
yeah, I'm
aren't
gonna
they?
get that sent back to England so he can rock that.
Yeah. In those pregame press conferences, though, with Sean, he told second home match in a row, it took you 3 hours to come up with the 18 and then the 11, right? And you told us that's your hardest job, man, and that's a good problem to have.
No, definitely. I mean, we just have such a high-level squad, and it's so difficult leaving anyone out, the 18, let alone the starting 11. So we're just going back and forth all the time on who should be in, because these guys are just – the guys that aren't making a roster are still performing at such a high level. And it's like the most minute detail that maybe keeps them out.
Oh, man.
But, like I said, someone that's left out could easily go and start the next game. It's a good problem to have. But obviously then it makes selecting the squad take hours upon hours.
Right. No, that's a job I wouldn't want to do. When my oldest was playing T-ball, I had to come up with a T-ball lineup every other day, it felt like, and it took me like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, they're 4 years old, 5 years old. What am I thinking?
Yeah.
But have you seen the guys elevate a little bit? Because iron sharpens iron is the saying, right? And post coming off your first loss of the season, have you seen them elevate in training sessions even more?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I was saying, it's a teething process, and the longer the season goes on, you see the quality shining more and more. There's guys that have been training with the squad,
right?
That are they weren't, they're trying out to try to get on the team basically, and since they've arrived, I'll shout them out, Zarin Gonzalez and Val Gonzalez, two Lubbock boys. Their quality has been going up and up and up.
Well, that's what you want.
Exactly. I mean, their quality when we're doing like the technical work with the passing, etc., is getting better. When they're in games, they're looking better and better. I mean, it's a positive.
I'm looking around to see if we're going to have our any of the players coming for the coaches show today, and I'm getting no, so I'm going to extend this a little bit with you, Coach, if that's all right with you. Momo named the signature stag man in the match for the last match. Talk about what went into him winning that.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously he had a big time moment, to start things off, and then he's just so dangerous. Anytime he gets the ball, it feels like something can happen. He was constantly creating, going forward. Arguably, he could have won it for different games as well. So
yeah, definitely.
I thought it was about time that he deserved to be named man of the match. And yeah, I mean, that free kick, I mean, that might have been better than the first one he scored earlier in the season.
Right, yeah. And you see John like calling out the goalkeeper, saying to move his line over and all of that.
I mean, he was 30, 35 yards out, and he just rifled it top corner and off the post. I mean, that takes a special player.
Well, and then speaking of rifling, going back to the home match, Fabi, dude, that last minute goal, dude, in the extra minutes.
Yeah, I mean, he put that as top corner can get. So
yeah,
that was a great finish.
Great finish. Is there a sleeper from Wundertre? Is there a sleeper we haven't seen play yet? Somebody we don't know, maybe, that could come out and be a rock star?
Well, like I said, it could be anyone. Jack Pascoe has been biding his time. Every time he's been able to come on the field, he's been brilliant. He's my type of player, typical British player. He's from Wales.
Okay.
Runs through people, just heart on his sleeve type of performance. I'll shout out Bryce Glisson as well. He's been working so hard in practice. He is a top level player.
That's awesome.
And he is going to get his opportunity. It's just such a competitive squad, and we're just blessed to have such a deep roster this year.
Speaking of a company that has blessed us, for a locally owned hometown service, look no further than the Matador sponsor, Grease Monkey, and Monkey Splash of Lubbock. Stop by to take care of your automotive needs. They'll take care of you. Coach, what kind of vehicle do you drive?
I drive a Tesla.
You drive a Tesla?
Yeah.
Okay. Every time I pull up, I'm that guy that has to know what everybody's driving. Yeah. Whenever I pull up, I kind of have an idea. Maybe I don't have an idea. I think Thomas drives something silver. It's a silver truck. No, is it a truck? Okay. I don't know then. What a massive flop right there that was. But that's okay. Yeah. But go see Grease Monkey and Monkey Splash of Lubbock for all of your automotive needs. Tesla doesn't need much, does it?
No, it doesn't. That was one of the attractive things to it. It's
okay.
Little maintenance, and they're a lot cheaper than people think. I'm sure. Hey, if anyone wants to get one, you can use my referral code. So.
Hey, do you get a percentage on that?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
No Celsius today for Coach. He already had it. He's been locked in already today.
I didn't have one for the last 2 days. I'm trying to.
Whoa, did you get a headache from it?
Cut down my usage. Well, I think I've been going way too far at the other end on the days that I am drinking them. So I'm trying to just reel it back in.
Yeah, it's just you're all in or not all out.
I care about my insides. The can does say recommended daily allowance too.
Wow, there's a recommended daily allowance?
Yeah, it says it on the can, and I'm 100% exceeding that each day. So
last show, I tried to get him to put a number on it. I said 2.5, and he told me he didn't want to tell me. So if he's exceeding way more than 2 a day, yeah, he's north of it. If you took the over on that bet, you hit.
You're in the money right now.
Life is too short, though. Take the over always, right?
Yeah.
That's what my buddy that's addicted to gambling tells me, at least.
He who dares wins.
He does win all the time.
He who dares wins.
But then his bank account is always losing. Like, I remember on the Super Bowl, he bet $500 on the coin toss, and I'm like, my guy, what are you doing?
The thing is, you got to be in it to win it, right? So
well, he's all in, dude.
If you're not in it, you don't win it. I'm really bad at dreaming about winning Powerball.
Yes.
And then I never buy a ticket. So
I've never once bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Never.
But I'm going to win it one day.
Absolutely.
In my head.
And, of course, we're going to look to be winning on Saturdays. We host FC Brownsville. And then, of course, right after that, June 19th, another home. It's just back-to-back home matches once again, Coach. That's got to get the guys excited.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, obviously, it was a difficult start to the season being on the road so much. So
yeah, but it's paying off at the end.
Well, exactly. And now to finally have home games, back-to-back home games is really nice. And obviously not looking past Brownsville, so I won't say too much.
No, I can't. I know. I already know. One game at a time, which is outstanding. And then, of course, I'm going to pull up the rest of the schedule for the remainder of this season if I can pull it up real quick on this. Of course, then after that, on July 5th, we have round 2 of El Dustico with West Texas. So you still got 3 more home matches and the possibility of postseason after that. If we take care of business, and season ticket holders, we're looking at you. they'll help pay off for that, right? They'll be a part of that.
Yeah, I believe the season tickets, they get you into the playoffs as well. So
Yeah.
still a good idea to buy season tickets. It's going to get you into every game we have at home. Obviously, it gets you into a camp as well if you have a kiddo.
Also get you a
jersey.
kid.
Yeah.
Get you a kid.
The jerseys this year are so nice.
They are. I need to get me one of them. My wife has a season ticket. Maybe I could steal her jersey
Just looking
from her.
around now. I mean,
Yeah, I'm looking.
We've got
She knows that I'm going to steal it from her.
Dude, the
She already
community
knows it.
jersey. I mean, I love the community jersey.
Yeah.
The home jersey as well. I'm loving our fit. I am a Man United fan, and the colours this year may or may not have been selected because I'm a Man United fan.
Well, and this is the first year. I think Dustin was the one that told me this is the first year that we've had our hand in helping design these. And were you a part of that?
I was not.
Oh, okay.
I was not because of timing.
Right,
But, yeah,
right. But you're loving them.
I'm absolutely loving them. The practice jersey that the boys wear for practice as well is.
Yeah, it's got like a checker design
I mean,
on it.
that's custom as well.
That's custom.
How cool is that? That's so cool that we have such a great relationship with such a big brand like Puma, and they they allow us to modify things slightly. So, do you say Puma or Puma?
Puma.
You're so American, aren't you?
I am. So last year, here in town, there was Patrick Mahomes wore like he's a sponsor with another company, and we won't say that other company, but he wore a sticker on it. Never heard of him, yeah. And he wore a sticker on it to cover it, so another brand, so that he could wear the shirt. So last year, I put a Puma, is that how you say it? Puma logo on my shirt, and I taped it, and it said Puma on there. I almost wore that shirt today. I should have worn that shirt today. That would have been iconic.
Maybe we can get Patty Mahomes in a Matadors jersey, but he would have to.
Peyton Mahomes?
Sorry,
Patrick Mahomes. Hey, that's okay. That's
did
okay.
I say Peyton Mahomes?
You did.
I meant to say Patrick,
It's
obviously.
okay. I couldn't say your name the first 3 times I've hung out with you, so I'm going to cut you some slack there, Coach. Ormiston.
I haven't had my second Celsius yet, so you know what I mean?
Dude, I brought my coffee, but it's not part of the merch, and so I need to get a Matador logo on it too. Coach, anything else you want to say, though, here on the Coaches Show? No players today, but we're still here live at the barn. We got our general manager, Dustin McCorkle, coming up next. Anything else you want to say, though, is we've been on the air for 23 minutes now, Coach.
I've just remembered it. I need to shout out my mum and dad because they said you're on the Coaches Show every week and you're yet to shout us out. So I'm shouting them out right now.
Okay, give me mom and dad's name.
Fiona and Richard.
Okay, I'm going to get this off the air. Fiona and Richard
Ormiston.
Okay, I can
shout them out. They tune into everything. It's they're watching games at 2 a.m. and.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Tell them to leave a comment here on the live stream. I
don't
love to read those.
Yeah, I don't think they're big into the social media.
To the technology.
And technology.
I get it.
They'll flip on YouTube. I think it's a struggle for them to find us on YouTube. But.
Yeah, you know who's not a struggle in technology? It's Wundertre over there. They've been killing it. They were all at the game the other day filming, except for Alex. Boo that guy, right? Boo that guy.
Boo. I think they're saying
the
boo
entire
earns.
Wundertre team.
Boo earns is what they're saying.
I think Alex was the one that posted that, though. Actually, this is real talk. Thomas, first comment of the live stream the other day. It says Thomas is a cool guy, signed by a guy. It said T and then a whole bunch of numbers, and I was convinced Thomas was the one that left that comment.
That was definitely a burner account for himself.
Yeah.
100%.
Thomas is a cool guy.
Oh.
A great name for his burner account. So, 1, Thomas has a burner account.
Okay.
And 2, it's an elite name, so we got to keep an eye out for that. It could have been him.
Interesting. Shout out Wundertre, though. Everything they do, they make it really cool for the players, the experience.
And did they make the graphic this year for the bottom part of it? Dude, I love that graphic.
And the starting 11 stuff and just
with the Fiend song.
Yeah, that gets the boys hyped.
Yeah.
That is one of the reasons the boys want to get in the starting 11.
Yeah.
Just so they can be in that hype package. So
I never get to hear the Fiend song except through my headphones because of copyright issues, and so it's just silent whenever it plays on our broadcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I want to start singing the Fiend song, but I can't.
Yeah, dude, that's hype.
There's no way I could match the beat to it. Fiend. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I know.
Getting me hyped, Coach. Have you watched the broadcast yet?
I have, because I watched all the games back. So
nice.
I mean, I watched them all last year.
What do you think of John?
Great. You're all brilliant.
He's brilliant.
You with your signature style one-stop man shot corner kick has been stuck in my head now for a year. So
a year.
Yeah.
You know what? The first time I met Coach, it was at a friendship soccer game. I was calling the game, and he said he heard my voice and he instantly knew it was the signature stag voice. Yeah. Signature Stag, your one-stop man shop. Coach, thank you so much for hopping on the Coaches Show, man.
Again.
You killed it. You killed it. When we return, we're going to have our general manager, Dustin McCorkle, joining us here live from the barn. Come check us out here as we're getting rolling. What's up, man?
One last thing. It's my nephew's 4th birthday coming up, so I want to say happy birthday to William.
Happy birthday, William, and shout out to Fiona and Richard as you're watching this live stream here. We got the whole family lined up. What day is the birthday for?
June 12th.
June 12th.
He's 4 years old. He had his B-Day party at the weekend, so
that's awesome.
I missed it. So
but you've probably FaceTimed, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
Well, I'll be FaceTiming on his birthday.
You said Liam?
William.
William. I got it, dude.
William, and his middle name is David. Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Can you guess why?
I'm looking at him.
So and his granddad.
And
on his
it's all in the
on
family.
Mum's side. Yeah. So there we go.
But it's because of him, right? We already
know. I didn't say it.
Oh, I said it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, drop my coffee. When we return, I want to make sure I don't drop anything as I'm now falling in the chair. We'll come back with more right after this on the Coaches Show presented by our friend at Wundertre.
The Lubbock Matadors are all about partnering with local businesses and investing in the community.
Being a local business, it was really important to us, not only to support Dustin and his family, but the Matador Soccer Club.
All right, and we're officially back here on the Coaches Show, presented by our friends at Wundertre. When the game on the line and seconds counting, and when it comes to your health, every moment matters. Covenant Health is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the Lubbock Matadors this season, providing players and fans with excellent quality health care that they deserve. Joining us now is the general manager of the Lubbock Matadors, Dustin McCorkle. He was just telling me about how you didn't get much sleep, but then you got well rested right afterwards.
Yeah. Saturday was a very long day. I think the excitement for the rivalry game came up, and 2:50 in the morning, wide awake. So I just got up, got ready for the day, and then we didn't get back from Midland until about 12:30 a.m. the next day. And then I went to bed around 1:15.
Are you traditionally like a morning person, or is it just the excitement of game day?
I mean, my body alarm clock goes off at a certain time. It's hard for me to sleep in, but not at 2:50 in the morning. That was definitely a unique situation.
Oh, man. I'm not a morning person at all. The last time I think I woke up at 2:15 in the morning, I think I did I used to do chalk art, and I drew chalk art all over my backyard, and I'm like, why did I do that? Because then it got washed away the second I turned on my sprinklers. Also, why did I do that? Broke the chair here as we were leaving, going to commercial break with head coach David Ormiston, and it almost took me out. Now it smells like coffee in here.
You're an excited person.
I'm breaking chairs. Yeah. We're making it happen here. Let's reflect back on the week, though. Dustin, your team took care of business at home. Over 5,000 people came on a Wednesday night, and it was a beautiful night.
Yeah, first weekday game, and obviously there was another very big game happening at the exact same time that this town was really excited about. In addition to that, this tends to be a little bit more of a church-going crowd on a Wednesday night, and so the fact that we still had 5,000 people show up, support the club, just really goes into the fact that I think that people are excited about what we're doing.
Absolutely, yeah. And I don't know what I was imagining coming into that home match, but it by far exceeded my expectations. I was really excited for what came.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of nerves of we had a good amount of tickets out, but tickets out doesn't mean that people are going to show up.
Right.
And so, but as we were getting closer to 7 o'clock, stadium started filling up, and man, our crowd is just the best.
It was the best. It was a lot of fun, and it made filming so we went on the air at 7 o'clock on YouTube, right where you're watching here today, and it made it so easy to talk for, I don't know, I think we were talking for like 40 plus minutes. It was very fun, and I enjoyed that, and shout out to LIC TV for getting us on the air and doing a great job. And then you followed it up with Saturday. We kind of already talked about how you were already up and ready to rock and roll that day. It was a 2-1 loss, our first one of the season.
Yeah, listen, this conference is extremely hard. You don't wish for losses, but I think, again, to me, loss can equal learning.
Yes.
And I really think that our players, again, we talk about how talented they are, and they are talented, but I think it was a good reality check that if we're not going to play a 90-minute game, that's the result that's going to follow. And what's crazy is if you watch the 70th minute on, I mean, we were all over them. And, y'all already touched on a goal that got called back. And, again, I think if that doesn't get called back, now does the pressure sink in? Is that one of those games where you score 3 goals in 25 minutes and come out of there with a victory? But I'm never excited about a loss, but I'm grateful that we went through that adversity. I also got to see how our guys were going to react when they get a loss. Again, you want people to come here and want to represent this city in a really big way, but you do your best to ingrain that into the culture of what your program looks like, but you can't make players want that. And seeing the disappointment, seeing the frustration, hearing some of the comments afterwards, I felt really good that our players cared enough to say, that was not acceptable, that wasn't good enough, and we don't want to experience that again.
As a fan, that you like that mindset that they have.
Yeah, and listen, we've experienced some really good seasons here. We're 5-1, and obviously you want to win every single game. There's a trophy on the line that we care very much about, and that's step one into multiple trophies that we hope we get. And we're going to get another shot at it the last game of the season. So
at our place.
At our home. So I'm hoping that the amount of fans that travel down too, I just want to say thank you to you guys. Being able to see 50 people from Lubbock come into a stadium that had 300 people in it.
Yeah. And we were the loudest ones.
Yeah, and us be as loud as we were. Also, I think it was funny, I think some of their fans were irritated, and didn't understand why our fans were cheering while we were down by 2 goals. They were like, you could hear the comments like, guys, check the scoreboard. Why are you cheering?
Yeah, I did hear that.
But it was funny because it's like, no, like our fans are going to champion our guys no matter what the score is. And I hope that also showed our players that these fans care a lot. And of course we want our players to win every single game, but we're not jumping ship just because we drop a game.
No, and going back to watching that broadcast, there was no commentary on it. It was just natural sounds. And the whole game, you just hear the Mozos chants the whole game. Yeah. It was outstanding.
They had some different, unique ones. I think what was funny is I tried to bounce around a little bit in the stadium to go say thank you to the families that came out and drove the 4 hours round trip to be a part of that. And I even heard, a couple of 12-year-olds talking to other kids their age across the stadium and, poking a little bit. And I just that's what sports is about. It's supposed to be fun.
It is fun, yep.
And I think at our level, sometimes people could care less. And what we don't have is we could care less about what our program's doing, fan base. And so seeing that intentional effort there was great.
Yeah, shout out to the fans. Shout out to the Mozos leading the charge, says Wundertre. And so coming into town now is FC Brownsville, and we care, is what we were just talking about right there. And Brownsville's going to see, I'm just going to state the obvious, they're going to see a mad team coming in on Saturday.
I hope so. I mean, again, coaches are going to get these guys prepared for what we need to do. Brownsville is always a tough matchup. There's a lot of history with that team specifically.
A lot.
They're always top of the league in our conference. So it's never an easy match. We've already beaten them once. So I think likewise we're also going to see a mad team.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be trying to come back in here and say, like, let me get that back. So I'm going to trust that we're not going to have our heads down. You get some time to be frustrated about a performance, and then next game's up. So that's where we're at.
It takes 3 hours to come up with coaches 18 and 11. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, no, I mean, not that long. No, I think that is a unique situation that our club is dealing with for the first time. I think by like 3 games in, typically you have a good solid foundation of like these 9 or 10 guys are going to play no matter what because we found our core.
Right.
But no, I mean, this one literally is, and I kind of like it this way, is that if you don't show up to practice because you just think you're going to play, or you have an off week, like it's not punishment, but we're going to reward the best looking player that week, not what did you do for me, 2 weeks ago, and how did you look? And we're not looking for guys to just want to play strong on game days. We want guys that are going to train hard, work hard off the field, be engaged in community events. Do the right things. And, again, just to go back real quick to Saturday, there was a handful of players that went out of their way. They all did a great job clapping up for our fans, but there was a handful of very upset players that went over and personally high-fived and shook hands of every single person that came out and made that drive in addition to it. And that shows me a lot, right? And we talk about it all the time, and I told the guys there in the locker room, like, we have 90 minutes to be pissed off about anything and everything, and you have your opportunity to make a statement in that 90 minutes. But after that 90 minutes, we have other responsibilities and obligations to this club that we cannot live in that headspace.
Right.
And so it was really good to see some of those guys really engaged to that.
Whenever you're recruiting guys to come to Lubbock, is character part of one of the things they need to check off?
It has to be. I was fortunate. I grew up on the pro side of sports with my career, and the group that I started with, they were very intentional with instilling in us from a management side that you hire traits and you can train skill. But you can't train people to be good people. You can't train people to have certain characteristics that you're going to look for. So, of course, talent and skill is important on the athlete side of the business, but along with that is like we need good, solid people, and part of the evaluation is a little bit of that too, like who's stepping up in those ways.
Right, and then it's probably whenever you see the comments from fans saying like, "Hey, this player did this for my young player," that probably just makes you smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, I mean that's ultimately what it's all about. Like, yes, we want to win championships, and yes, we want to do big things on the field, but we're trying to grow the game. And you can't do that if you're not making positive outcomes and creating special moments for especially the youth. And so for me, when it comes to our camps, when it comes to those engagements, when I get those stories, you know, Coach talked about, we had a fan that went to the Houston game and then wrote the players a letter.
I remember that, yeah.
You know, like that kind of stuff tells our story for us. And no one asks these people to do that, but the fact that they want to, and then they share it with us, and then we get to share it with our players, like that is ultimately why we're doing all of this.
So rewarding. And 3 more opportunities for special occasions still on the docket. Of course, you can get your season tickets, and maybe possibly a 4th if things line up the way we want them to.
Yeah. Again, we're going to stay even keel through this process, and it's one game at a time. And if we do the right things, yeah, we're going to not only be playoff bound, but hosting. And that's ultimately the goal. We want to bring home playoff games to Lubbock. So we know that with our fan support and the crowd, it's going to be that much better. And I'm really excited about Saturday. I anticipate we're going to have a very, very large crowd.
I hope so, yeah.
United Supermarkets is sponsoring that match, which is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be tons of giveaways. There's going to be some really unique things happening this game. This is actually one of my favorite games of the year with what we're doing. So, you know, we're going to have the police and fire match prior to this game.
That's always fun. You want to be there early for that.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, like it's been a staple since year one, but the police department takes on the fire department in a soccer game. It's obviously not as long as our games.
Right, yeah.
But it's an opportunity for us to bring people who normally show up in terrible moments of people's lives, bring them to them in a different light, which is let's see our police officers and firemen and firewomen playing a fun game, competitive. It gets a little chippy out there, but it's a lot of fun. And you know, we've got a plaque now that's awarded to the winner. And so, yeah, we got some really fun things happening around that prior to the game this weekend. And then, of course, we're going to have the FC Brownsville match right afterwards.
My memory serves me right. The firefighters kind of have the police department's number a little bit, right?
It has been very lopsided in victories, yes. I also was told through the grapevine, I don't know how true this is, but the fire department has actually put that into their onboarding, that they are to beat the police department
when they sign their contract and all that?
Yeah, when they for the Matadors soccer match. And so, again, that's a really cool feeling to think that this has become such a great thing, that they love it that much, that they're actually teaching that competitive nature as soon as the onboarding happens. So
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, if you ask the police department, they'll just say that's because fire department just gets to work out, play ping pong, and probably play soccer all the time while they're actually working. So it's an interesting banter. Yeah, it's an interesting banter that goes back and forth there.
Talking about special things, Southwest Bank is here, and their special group of financial dreams, and they can help make your financial dreams a reality. Whether you're looking to buy a home, start a business, or preparing for retirement, our experts located right here in Lubbock will help advise you every step of the way. Learn more about mortgage, loan, and wealth management services at southwestbank.com. Southwest Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. I tried to do a good transition there. I tried. But Southwest Bank, they are going to be here for you every step of the way. So law and police going at it. Pre-game party is always rocking and rolling. The merchandise tent, man, that merchandise, that y'all sold a bunch of it at the last home match. I know that.
Yeah, the turquoise really did really well for us. So I actually saw some of the turquoise jerseys show up in Midland. And there's been some special, unique things that we've done this year. We are working on getting more hats in. I think we're down to 6 hats. Lubbock's a great hat town, so
it is.
And we've got some really cool ones this year. So yes, the gear's been great, but I'll tell you, the block party has been so much fun this year.
Oh, it has.
The bubble truck has been great for the kids. My son got in the mix with.
I think I saw it on game one, right?
Yeah, a bunch of the bubbles, and so that's been fun. And then the Pepsi setup with the soccer tailgate has been a great addition as well. And I think it's been fun for parents to be like, you know what, like my kids can go over there and play.
It's in a fenced-in area.
Yeah, we're gonna go to under the tent, grab some drinks, listen to music, and really special performance coming up this Saturday. School of Rock we'll be doing it. And I don't know if you know, did you hear the national anthem they did at the last game?
I've heard the mariachi band from the first one, and then the School of Rock played at the last one, right?
The goosebumps I got from
Dude,
the electric
nice.
guitars going off doing the national anthem. And, we have so many cool, talented kids in our community, and this is a fun way to show that off.
Absolutely. You want your face in the place. Going to some of the comments here. What inspired the law versus fire department match back to year one?
Yeah, it goes back to our principles of, like, how can we be community focused? And I want to get all parts of our community visible at our games. And so it was really important for me to say, like, let's bring in our police and fire department. And, I wanted to highlight them, and this is a unique way to do that. And shout out to United. They actually bought the police and fire department actual jerseys this year.
Ooh.
So there will be true Puma blue and red jerseys going out that will
That's
be
big
worn for this
time.
game. So I feel like every year we stepped it up. But again, all of what we do, I hope that people can see a tie back into community and making sure that we're highlighting all parts of it.
That's the name of the game with this club and this organization, community, right? We had Two Docs as presenting sponsor for the first game, Live Oak Animal Hospital for the next, so United Supermarkets. Last year, I believe they gave away like these little red balls, little soccer balls.
Yep.
Are they doing any giveaways as well?
Yeah, they're doing red and yellow cards this year. So
Okay.
we can make sure that if we feel
Everybody
like
knows.
the officials need some support in the crowd, they can hold up what
You'll
cards.
get some support as well from the crowd.
Yeah, we can make sure we let them know how we feel about the fouls this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't catch it on the broadcast. I went back and looked because that was one of the things you asked in the post game whenever we were interviewing you, if we could see you on the TV end of it. Were you able to see yourself on the TV end of it?
No, I don't think I
No,
did.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
He was a fired up man the other day.
Yeah.
But you went to bat for his team. That's what's important, right? Caleb saying Specky Dustin make an appearance. The glasses.
Yeah, I think I forgot to take them off before I came over here.
Yeah.
So.
Are they for like long distance? Are they short, close? What kind of vision you got here?
Actually, they're just blue light glasses. So
They're for looks.
As I'm getting older, when I'm looking at screen time, I'm just trying to do little things to protect my eyesight.
Yeah, 100%. My wife bought me a pair of those, and they gave me a headache like the first time I wore them. It's natural for glasses. You get a headache the first time you wear them a
Are
little
you
bit.
high maintenance?
A little bit. You've learned this.
I feel like I'm gonna have to talk to your wife next time and just give her a
Yeah.
hug.
Yeah, she needs it. She's
takes
pregnant
care
right
of
now.
you.
We're officially halfway. We're gonna have a little girl, which is
I'm
exciting.
so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I've had 2 boys, and so being a girl dad will be different.
Yeah, I think it's one that has both.
Mm-hmm.
It can be intimidating at first, but
Yeah.
as soon as she says "daddy" and all
Oh,
the
you're gonna
thing-
melt. I'm gonna melt.
Yeah, you're not gonna have any money.
I'm already broke.
Well,
I am cooked. Thank you, Alex. He says Devin is so cooked.
yeah, it's.
Do you have a girl, Alex? Little baby girl? But you have a boy. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think when you're younger, I want boys, and like, yeah, it's great to be able to make sure you see your name carry on, but having a little girl is,
Yeah.
it's the most special thing in the world.
I'm excited. Of course, that's in October. So come the other football season.
Mine's October 11th.
Yeah.
My daughter.
Your daughter. Okay.
So we'll have
My,
to see.
the number
Maybe
one
they're
thing
sharing her birthday.
is that my wife's birthday is October 20th, and it is her Super Bowl every year. October 20th is, and if she shares that birthday, I'm nervous for a little girl.
Yeah, we were due on my wife's birthday. She's the 17th.
Wow.
And
there you go. There's some hope then.
the good news is, especially since she's had a few, you can pre-schedule that early if you'd like.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's what we did.
I'm getting tips and tricks from the general manager here. Anything else we want to say, though, on the Coaches Show? Just getting ready for Saturday, presented by United Supermarkets as the guys host Brownsville.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, again, our crowd is always the differentiator for anything. And, again, this is one of the most competitive games that we're going to have all season, just from a history standpoint and knowing how good this team is. So if you got friends, family, coworkers, if you haven't experienced a game yet, this is the game to bring people out to. It's our first Saturday match. We're undefeated at home.
There
I'd
you
like
go.
to keep it that way. So we want to make sure that the crowd is lively. And I had a special guest in town for the home opener, and they were so inspired by that home opener experience that they actually wrote a song for the club. So we might
For real?
we might debut that song at the game on Saturday.
Oh, dude, that is so awesome,
Yeah,
man.
we're waiting on potentially getting some final
Yeah.
edits and touches to it, but gave me goosebumps when I listened to it, and that's always a
Yeah.
good test to like if it's good or not. But special buddy from home that I grew up with, and he's a musician, Moses Uvier, and he wrote a song for the club.
Well, and Lubbock's known for artists. Is your friend from Lubbock?
He's from Dallas.
From
but
Dallas, okay.
He's been hired out here multiple times over the years to come perform.
Yeah.
And and he almost came to Tech with me. So like there's some good tie-in, but he was so moved by the passion of the crowd and everything else. He's like, literally, like that was one of his first questions. Like, man, like I'm so impressed. Like, could I like write something and see what you guys
Yeah.
think? So.
Dude, that is so awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah, we might have our own new theme song.
Would it
We'll
be
see.
played? Would it be played like on the big board, or where could fans expect to hear that if
Yeah,
it happens?
I think we'll talk through that, but yeah, I think it'll be a video board, and if we can get some video behind it, maybe it's a social media rollout too.
Yeah, yeah. And shoot, man, if we could send it over to the TV crew, let's make it happen, man. I
Yeah.
think that'd be awesome to put on our end as well. All right, well, make sure your face is in the place on Saturday as the Matadors host FC Brownsville, presented by United Supermarkets. Dustin, thank you for hopping on the Coaches Show, man.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. And we want to thank you and everybody that's tuning in today for tuning into the 2025 Coaches Show presented by our friends at Wundertre. Be on the lookout for watch parties and various things. Make sure you're there at the pregame party as well. Tickets for our home games are still on sale. Go to LubbockMatadors.com to purchase your tickets in advance, and we'll see you on Saturday as we'll be back on the air and at Lowry Field at Plains Capital Park for a huge home match against FC Brownsville. We'll see you then.
One thing I really like about working with Wundertre is how fun they make the process. Whether it's monthly strategy meetings or on-site video shoots, they find ways for us to laugh together, all while accomplishing our goals.
When you hear the word cancer for the first time, suddenly every moment matters.
How do I tell my family?
Where do I go for the best treatment?
At Covenant Health, you're never alone.
Covenant's cancer team is made up of the finest oncology specialists in the region, armed with state-of-the-art technology so you can stay close to home for the most advanced treatment available.
Cancer care at Covenant Health, because when you hear the word cancer, every moment matters.